Brent and Jen, getting a second look at your roof may not be a bad idea, especially after a storm that involves hail. It's not this easy to spot the damage, and most insurance companies only allow 1 year to file a claim before the damage becomes an even bigger problem.
Hail that is gigantic. Like anybody's car, it's gone.
May 15th, 2018.
Thunderstorm warning that's in effect right now for New London County. That's new as well.
Severe weather raced across our state with damaging winds and golf ball size hail.
We heard it coming before it actually hit. And it sounded like a freight train coming. And when it actually hit and was on us, then it sounded like a war zone. It was very, it was scary.
Julia Dufresne lives in East Hartland and remembers the destruction the storm left on her property.
We looked everything over carefully ourselves. Immediate damage was to the trees and plants. The yard was trashed. It was littered with debris and limbs.
But other damage not as obvious.
The roof on our house was brand new, so we thought maybe it didn't get too badly damaged. And the adjuster came out, and then when he ever said we needed a whole new roof, my husband was astounded.
On another level, hail damage to a roof is harder to spot and often overlooked.
And I can't describe it to you. It's really not something that just is glaringly obvious, but nevertheless, it was there. And
experts say that it is very difficult to spot the hail damage from here. To see it, you gotta go all the way up.
Wind damage, it's almost always visible from the ground, and because it's shingles that are torn off and everything. But hail damage, it's a different thing because it's actual bruising to the shingles.
Not far from East Hartland in Granby, we met TEC project manager JT King, working on a major roof replacement because of hail damage from last year's storm.
There's an impact from hail right here. And what happened when the hail hit it is, as you can see, it loosened all those granules, because you can see the rest of the granules are still intact. Right. But what happened is it loosened these, and the underlayment's exposed.
King explains the effects of hail damage on a roof occurs over time.
UV light from sun eventually will cause that over a time period to dry rot and crack and break down the integrity of the shingle.
But by that point, it may be too late to make a claim. And right now, the clock is ticking for residents. Most insurance companies only accept hail damage claims up to 1 year to the date of the storm.
That's why we tell people to come out or call us and do an inspection, because if they don't know how to identify the damage, it might be outside the window to be able to make a claim, and they're running into leaking issues and everything else, and then that money's out of their pocket.
The wind is ridiculous.
And here in Connecticut, we're closing in on the 1 year mark from last year's storm on May 15th.
I don't think there's any harm in getting it checked. You may not be seeing it, for damage now, but there would be damage maybe later showing up.
The project manager also explained that age of the roof also plays a huge factor on when you might start noticing the damage. The older the roof, the quicker the setbacks. In the studio, Rachel Piscitelli, Fox 61 News.